just tell you about the Golden City. Hey guys.
And we're back.
Hello? Do you guys hear? I'm here. We're going to have lots of fun. So I try to push the theory part, but it's exam relevant. Get through this with the readings, and then we're moving into the applied Lego version. Okay? Right. Quick overview here again. Garden City, concept of livability. Everyone was able to finance that. We have the concept of ground leases. Nobody really owns the house. They're going to lease it for 99 years. And everyone is part of the union, as in a corporate union, aka credit union today. Yeah, where you pay shares into that. And if the city makes profit, and he calculated it, everything should make profit, then you would actually get a payout as well. Like almost a private city concept if you would be a shareholder. So, some other examples. Just realized I have a few more slides with a cross-check of reality. Talked about Singapore. Huh? This is the Singapore to scale model. They have the whole island back then in the urban planning department of the state urban planning department to scale as a model. About here, this is the stock exchange, if I remember right. You can see here the harbor, the Bay Area, and then everything which is in real colors is built. And then some of the blocks here is going to be future expansion into the ocean. Yeah, with land infill somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. This is in April 2013, and it would be, I missed the 10 and the 15-year anniversary, but it would be fantastic to go back and say, hey, remember those framed slides? Pictures you blast lights through to the wall of the projector? I have like hundreds of slides from that time. I bought my first digital camera in that town. All right, hi, planning context, we had that. The idea right now is, was part of review, plan and a vision versus reality check. I have a dream. How did that work out?
Well,
there's more substance to the answer than just the psi. Could you elaborate a little bit? Did it work out? I'm not so sure if I have a dream worked out perfectly, but we are in the right direction to do so. So thing about the whole idea of what is an anomaly is that you have an occurrence in time that breaks the pattern. And then, let's say you draw triangles, 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 and then you draw a circle. The question then is, will a triangle come after that again? Or is it a revolution and you go a different route? And did the revolution stop or not? Or is the revolution just playing a different kind of music? No? I think it's a different kind of music. And I don't want to say this is my politically correct answer, but I think it's the most inclusive answer I can give, because I am not allowed to make comments really about that, because I am not part of these people. Sorry, not these people. Yeah. the people that have been dependent on that message in that speech. Yeah? And you can see that's a fine line to try to polarize, to kind of enlighten you and sensitize you for that. It's difficult. I had my fair share of misspelled comments growing up in a different continent and culture in a classroom, where my professor said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" I'm like, never experienced it, never had that kind of encounter, experience. It's like, it's a difficult way to express. For everyone in that discussion, it's a difficult way to express. It's not a debate, it's a discussion, and it should go forward. So in terms of built environment and real estate, Again, I try to polarize. You will see this with the housing discussion. I had in the past, was it 2 years ago? We had a fantastic, brilliant housing discussion. So wonderful that I did not put that up on the YouTube channel. Why? Because you need to have a moment of freedom and express your comments. And you are allowed to make a mistake. Because that moment you will get educated with that mistake. Yeah? So you can talk about law, all that, but at a certain point in time when you talk about the interpretation of all of that, in the past, let's say housing discrimination, all that, exclusive zoning by income group or by apartment size, etc. It trickles down, can you afford it during a month or during a year? It is a little bit difficult. And we are not here necessarily to be a social club. We're here to make some revenue and profit for our own income. Yeah, particularly if you run your own company at some point of time, there's a moment where you want to say, okay, fine, how much money I want to make? How much money can I make? But I hope that the idea is, well, okay, with $5 million a year, I don't need $5.5 million. Keep that in mind. A friend of mine used to say a few years ago, I don't know why people complain about paying taxes. This is in Germany. I don't know why people complain about taxes if they have higher incomes. If I have to pay 10,000 euros a month in taxes, what's about $13,000 a month? If I have to pay $13,000 a month in taxes, I live from the rest. Because if you're in that salary, all expenses are covered. This guy had a $5,000 per month expense coverage for his work. Yeah? So that's a different mindset to taxes. Taxes as in IRS taxes versus taxes to state. Yeah? Just to give you an update on the language. All right, plan and vision versus reality check. Yes, I started out with that quote, I have a dream. I kind of trapped in the accidental language here. But this is maybe not yet the real reality we're in. It's a movement. And I think it has not stopped. Example from my old planning law class. Beautiful colorization of a mall-ish concept, a site plan. That's stuff we see every day, huh? You have a road, you have a gateway function, entrance, beautification here, you have parking. Ooh, look at the parking. We have green space somewhere here on it. We have the anchor functions here, yeah? And then in the back we have office and research areas just to supplement our revenue streams for that site. That make sense? Beautiful, is it? Think about that on a foam board this big, standing there, the intern is holding it up in front of planning and zoning commission. Because this is really what we want. This is why we purchased that site, and this is how we think this could be really great. Yeah? Detail versus the main gateway, really cool bridge. You have like here these kind of connecting things. You have pedestrian-friendly crossovers. You have here a little bit of welcome. Yeah? And again, traffic flow, etc. Great pedestrian path settings. So it's even integrated into the community. So go and have fun on the weekend. Wow, really great. This is streetscape. So you come in, you see this, just a little bit traffic, beautiful flower beds, great trees, great shade, and you just make out the really, really great looking facade. Okay. Those who don't know me yet, I'm sarcastic. That's what the reality check is. This is what they see. This is the entrance. This is the tower feature. This is the great facade you see. Entrance with a fountain, great trees, pedestrians, 2 pedestrians right next to each other. Look at the height of that curbside. Huh? Or at least the stormwater treatment on that curbside is right. Huh? Can you imagine pushing a trolley over there? It's in Ohio. Nobody's pushing a trolley over that bridge. A kid in there? No. But it's really great. Oh, at least the plants are in the pot. Oh, if I see that, I'm thinking smooth jazz on a Saturday afternoon. Get ice cream. Someone plays the accordion over here. Oh, look, they are actually shopping and in a conversation. Oh, wow. This is like, think about this in Brickell. Oh man, this would be great. Like outdoor seating. Yeah, Brickell would have pretty much over that.
Because since I have
Where's the trees?
Yeah.
What happened to the trees? They're still
They're
growing.
growing, they're gonna get 20 years.
Oh look, what kind of tree is this? You don't have to be an urban forest guy to understand that this tree has leaves. These are Christmas trees. There's no way that you're going to sit down here and chill. Yeah? This is destined to be a skateboard park. Oh, look here. Oh, cool. Tower feature. Destination, you know, lighthouse tower feature.
What?
Look at that. Look
Where
at
was the
that. These are
communication
boutique shops and really cool little fashion things. This is like the outer ring at the Sawgrass Mill. If you swing by the main entrance, a drop of people, and they try to find a parking spot, and you're like circle, 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 and you have the little street design thing with Michael Kors and all these shops. I'd never been in there, never stepped outside of my car, always drove slowly by, almost got run over twice. This is not the cute boutique shops. The cute boutique shop is the pharmacy of Walmart here. All right.
It's really bad.
So you think it's really bad?
Communication breakdown. I mean, it didn't turn out like it started.
Anybody's have a woman.
There are places in this great country where Walmart is the only real shopping opportunity for a whole region. If you go to areas like an all-inclusive product assortment thing, and Clewiston has a Walmart.
Yes, it's all laid out.
Big one. In West Virginia, Huntington, West Virginia, one big super Walmart supplying everyone. It's a destination where you pass through. Alright, so we've got some hard copies maybe for me for the city map assignment. The ones who submitted last night or last few days, double check on a few. I have not seen their vision write-up. You had to formulate a vision and a statement how you design the city. What's the purpose? Why you chose the XY design? So, if you send that until late tonight, it's great. Because tomorrow morning I'm going to read up on this. Tonight I'm going to finish the GIS assignment for you guys. Yeah? And on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, on Monday morning, I'm probably going to grade all that. Weather forecast is so bad, there's no way.
No diving on Monday.
No diving. Alright, so reverse design. Let's give you an idea. What did you design reversely from the real world? So you know that. Alright. Where's north on this one?
Wherever you want it to be.
Because I turned it on the PDF I gave to you.
Why are you trying to trick us? Oh, really?
Is north of any relevance for this assignment?
Oh, I want to know.
Not really. Huh? Alright, so what we did is then, well, you could digitize and vectorize that. Well, you can find it on Google Earth. And you put an overlay on it. Huh? We're getting there, we're getting there. Yeah? It's in Dhaka.
It's not Bangladesh.
Alright, who knows where Dhaka is?
Bangladesh? No, Dhaka's a capital of Bangladesh. Doesn't look like Dhaka.
Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
on your
Let's Google
Bangladesh.
Earth. Let's take a look at Google Earth. Let's go to something we know. Alright, this is good enough. This is Fort Lauderdale, okay? This is where you're at right now. This is the aha effect of Google. Where are we? This is Turnpike, Pine Island, Davy. That's West Philadelphia. Yeah, exactly here. Okay? Corner of the globe. Alright?
Press the R. Just press the R.
Bangladesh.
Whoa.
On the other side of the world.
It's the other side of the world.
That's creepy.
Look at it.
Look at that.
That's
Bangladesh.
Alright. So let's take a look at this close up. Do you recognize this stuff?
No.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look
Where
at
did you get
this.
this brilliant idea?
That's a book about it.
Oh.
Remember those adult coloring books?
Other places in the world had this.
There is a book. There is a book. I should open up.
Random.
It was definitely a relaxing assignment.
That someone came up with the idea, and you look at this and it's like, oh man, this is like really bad ass work. Yeah, this is one. This is the one. No, this is actually not the one. This is a different one. But I have it upstairs. It's a small little one. Has like tons of famous cities and all there, and this is a city you don't expect. But literally, this is what you could do after your GIS class. You get footprints or building footprints and parcel layouts from cities and do that. I'm not sure if that is copyrighted, but we could do that as a homework assignment. But so I thought this is a very interesting way to start getting you into the concept of I need to deal with space and function in space. Yeah? Because I do not know what this T-level building is. I don't know what this is in front of it. Most of you guess right that this could be
Water.
a river.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then this could be bridges and streets, but then what is this? Yeah? Railroad or something. So if you look at this little example, yeah? You have this one here and you have a bunch of streets. So if you look at this closer, this is actually a Catholic school for girls. It used to be.
Maybe it's a story.
Yeah?
The whole around is historic.
Here, this is kind of a zoo.
Yeah.
So now you have to move and then see. Let's take a look at the street. So this is why I think this exercise is cool. You drew a 2D map with your ideas on how you would assign land uses and zones to that. Would you have imagined that this is actually how this real street will look like?
No.
Look at the overhead wiring.
Jesus.
Yeah? All that is going down the street, going down, down, down. Look at that.
Yeah, but I have mixed residential. I have all residential.
They're having some rough time over there.
And if you let's go back. Wait.
But we didn't know where it was at.
Downtown Boston.
Yeah.
So if you drop the street Yep. So this is the south side of that circle environment. This is the park behind it.
Wow.
This is, you're looking right now here in this area.
Wow.
Yeah? So I think it's a really cool exercise because you realize, oh, this is not what I expected.
No,
So-
totally not.
We need to go pitch this plan to them now.
Where's the wire?
Who's this? Want to talk about it? Come on. Come on. I have like 7 or 8. I picked, randomly picked. Everything has a little educational component here. Tell us what's going on here.
Obviously a lot of residential within the city. But I tried to put all the retail and office buildings somewhat together. And I try to keep a lot of green space green, little pockets here and there. And I added a category for industrial on the other side of the city.
All that is industrial.
Yeah. And
Alright. So the interesting part is here, he had like mixed zones in zones. Yeah? So there's 2 different ways of approaching this. Right? Students, I have this here, students did this in zones, students did this in tiny building, yeah, and then a mix in between. And the interesting part is the idea between retail and residential. So you're literally forced to shop in there. Coming up with industrial is interesting. I have not done every submission, but like I skimmed through them. But interesting thing, this year there was no one who put education.
Hey,
I did. I did.
Oh, I have yours, but maybe I've not seen it. Yours is
I have a folder for education.
I'm sorry, I put this together last night at midnight, like 3 hours, 4 hours after you
Isn't
submitted.
that considered commercial though?
yeah.
In the zoning?
Education,
Because
no.
see, for me, when I did the project,
Education.
I was looking at it from, like, I looked at a few different zoning maps, and a few of the schools that are in my area, they're just zoned under commercial. So that's how I looked at it. It's not that I didn't think about it, I just didn't think I had to have
Oh, no. Okay.
a separate section for it.
Fine, we have educational use present.
I mean, am I wrong? Is there
I
a
thought the
different
same.
use for it? Because if
It
there is,
depends. Typically, what you would do is you would zone it actually as education to reflect maybe the potential of a tax break. Because
so would that be under your zoning code, or would that be something that you apply for separately? Because,
both.
okay.
This is, you have to understand, there is not a massive wrong and a massive right in this exercise.
Right.
You can do well. I want to see that you thought about this. The idea that you thought about this work is, A, you really spent time to get everything covered, detail, and you wrote a few lines about, hey, this is what I have in mind with this. Vision and execution. Because that's what you're going to do with the Lego blocks, vision and execution, because you end up in certain ideas, certain brackets of that same setup. All right, next one is a zone again. Who's that? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, what I did, I had all the residents centrally located, residential pretty much in the same area.
All right.
And same thing for the offices. And I was thinking in.
What's that?
That is a historic district.
Oh, okay. Please note, this is the new north. We put the north there on that. Bonus point. Yeah. All right. Then we have a different version. That was yours, isn't it? No. Who was it?
It looks like mine.
Did you send me a red?
I took
Downtown Boston?
It's in my city, that's my home, I live in the city. That's in my city.
All right. Why are some of those streets apparently black and some are left out? Because you ran out of time coloring, or you have a purpose for that?
I was tired.
And different concept here. This is designed by building, not by zone. The stuff you have seen before is like block and a zone. Yeah? Block and a zone. Here you have street on the first building on the street, and then everything else is, let's say, residential. All right? A little here, this could be parking, is it?
Yeah, they are parking.
Yeah. All right. I like that one. This is a different way of actually drawing this because it's via the outlines, it's not scribbling into. Who's that? Any idea, any reason why you selected those uses? Here? Give us
Which ones? The mixed use ones or the I put like the blues, the offices, I made a little downtown area. And then I kind of try to separate things, like not put residential like right up against any like office buildings, and that keep the industrial far away from residential. Yeah.
Interesting piece is he's actually inserting mixed use and here future industrial site. Huh? So very interesting. I like that one too. Who's that? Give us a talk. Give us a moment about your insights. What's your vision? What did you implement here?
Pretty much, so it's kind of I don't want to say self-supporting, but kind of an integrated community where you can live next to like a little small artisan shop. You can get what you need. If you need anything art, you can go across town to an area with a higher concentration of retail stores. And then you have your residential that's kind of intermixed with kind of offices that are the same architectural structure, so they kind of blend in. So like if you go to work in like a law firm, you have the office like pretty much 2 blocks down or right next door.
If you look at all that mix here, this is a stereotype, small, mid-sized European town. Organically grown with variations of uses. First floor is the bakery or coffee shop, second floor is like 2 apartments. Very, very mixed, like almost like all these blocks, whoop, all over the place. Really cool. Let me have Mr. Woody.
That's fine. Well, I try to group everything with the perspective of the views. So, like downtown on the right, towards the top in the blue, would be all the office expensive, attorneys. On the left of the park is the government center, and then all the other offices in the government center travels.
And here's the university.
That's the university, and there's some schooling to the right, some educational stuff on the right. But cities are so integrated now that you don't want to walk too far to go to get coffee, so I kind of integrated everything together. I didn't do it in land uses, I kind of did it like what an existing perfect city would be, because you got to have parking, okay? Without parking, and I got rails, wherever you see T is transportation all over the city, so that you could actually...
In his write-up, he capitalized every use with the color code he's using here. So you're looking at the blue O in his write-up in his office. I was like, you know, I have too much fun with this exercise. I like that one. That's like a...
Perfect.
It was a guy who cut off here, not Monet, it's Van Gogh.
Oh, the Tyson. Oh, Holyfield.
Yeah.
That year.
Cut off, not bit off. In rage and in ecstasy, cut off. Who's this? Tell us.
Well, the vision was that it was going to be eco-friendly and kind of have everything in the middle and have all the residents buy land and water so that they have like easy access to solar panels and water and filters.
Huh? Who's this?
That's mine.
I like the technique. The scribbles. Look, she even went into every between. Look at that.
Took some time.
Oh, some serious. And they're all, I don't know how you did that, they're all parallel. I was like, respect.
I did it on a wooden table, so that's how it kind of, it wasn't on purpose at all.
All right.
Yeah.
No, you give yourself credit.
But see, if you look at the orientation, lower corner, upper corner, lower corner, again, dominance in the use of that. So based on just the footprint, it indicated, oh, this has to be something important. All right, want to talk about it?
So I just kind of wanted everything to be like you can easily access it, so that you're not going like across town to get wherever. I made sure that I wanted office spaces kind of stretched out too, just because I wanted the people kind of work anywhere. I know someone mentioned earlier, like there's not a traditional urban environment anymore where everything's just like in the middle. More things are spread out now, especially in retail, it's like mixed in everywhere. I put in residents and kind of everywhere too, just because people like urban settings, and then I made it where on the bottom left, people, it was like more of a true neighborhood. So suburban setup, kind of was kind of split by either a highway or railroad system. Wasn't sure kind of what it was, but yeah, so that was mine.
That's mine.
I told you I'm not going to put you up on the spot. I told you, but I saw this, so I really was amazed about that in terms of the choice of texture. So please give us a quick moment.
So I tried to make, I don't know, a photo point, and I put a government and off the building close to the circle, I don't know, and I create a plaza, and then over the principal avenue I create like retail and then mixed use to make a transition to residential, and then I did some educational use to supply the residential areas. And again,
Preservation area.
yeah, like
Put preservation in.
Huh?
And change the symbology. Like, wow, who's that? Dot, 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 dot. I really like that. All right. So, scary first assignment passed, huh? Time-wise, did you spend like every weekday 5 hours? No. Or you had to sit down and get this done in a concentrated effort? Okay. All right. What else do we have? City map students. I can do this next week. Yeah. You can do this next week. Alright. What we're going to do is we have a little bit more than just 90 minutes. I want to break out in groups. Meet with every group. Get your blocks on the table. So you can start actually with those buildings and experience that as an exercise. We're doing a call out on, hey, build this, build that. So you get acquainted to that. And we have a little bit of change in the group settings. One person is missing, one is new. So we got to compensate for those dynamics. And yeah, let's have some fun and do some conceptual urban planning.
No, this is one I took from the